This poem is set in my hometown of Tacoma, Washington, but I like to feel that it applies for anyone who has to go from a crappy little city on a long bus ride to the posh big city every day. The 590X Blues. The alarm goes off at 4:30. I crawl out of bed to the kitchen and swill down yesterday's dregs of cold coffee just to get the strength to grind the beans to make a fresh pot of brew, which I literally jam into every orifice: mouth, nostril, earlobe, enema bag. In the hope that I can stagger 3 blocks to the number 25 to start me on my journey. Why are all the office jobs in Seattle? What's wrong with this town? My Tacoma jobs have consisted of peeling hot, burning plastic representing obscure auto parts off machines that could eat me for breakfast for 12-hour shifts, lifting bed frames from conveyor belts after they have been sprayed with quick-drying paint that is supposed to resemble fine wood grain, and digging sewage ditches for new construction sites. I'm not built for this kind of work. I'm an intellectual. I deserve to be hunched over a computer screen, working on an Excel spreadsheet, trying to reconcile the expenditure of a year's cost of paper clips into a $125 million tax write-off for the scumbag International Cartel Enterprise Corporation. And as far as I'm concerned, Tacoma will never be a real city until they can supply me with a job like that. Because I'm sick of having to go to the bathroom on the bus. And when you drink as much coffee as I do, just to become ambulatory, the urge strikes me by the time I get to Fife. So there I sit, endlessly crossing and recrossing my legs while scrunched up next to my fellow passenger, who starts to think I'm some sort of pervert. Either that or he asked me for a date, which is even more awkward. By the time we hit Spokane Street, my loins screaming in mute uremic agony, until at last, finally, my transfer point with its longed-for oasis, McDonald's on 3rd and Pine. Wait a minute, this is new. Restroom tokens? Given out by an off-duty Seattle Police Department officer? Why do these guys need to moonlight anyhow? Aren't our tax dollars enough to support them in a style of luxury that we'll never know, being just poor idiots with a bursting bladder who are forced to buy an Egg McMuffin before we can enter a stall that serves as a wino shower and sauna? And I spent my last $2.50 cash on the bus, backtracking wildly down 2nd Avenue, knocking receptionists off the curb as I searched blindly for relief. And whatever happened to Seattle's much-publicized, quote, humanitarian, unquote, gesture, which was to supply porta potties around downtown for the use of the homeless? I can tell you where the potties are. They're all in Bellevue on construction sites for new upscale mega malls, because there wasn't a goddamn one to be seen all the way to Pioneer Square. So I ran up to this yuppie restaurant bar in the Smith Tower, where I used to have a martini after my hard-fought day as a temp in a real estate development firm, only to be told by the scowling security guard that the place had been closed since June for renovation. Back on the sidewalk, tears in my eyes, I think with longing for the place from where I came. They have restrooms at the main bus stop, right there on 10th and Commerce. So I jump onto a double-parked Lexus, whip it out, and spray right there into the rush hour traffic. The mist from my stream making a rainbow in the early morning dawn. And I scream, the hell with the city of destiny. The wired city, what were they thinking? No, let's hear it for the new city motto. Tacoma, at least you can take a leak there.